Making the leap between recognizing your pattern and then stopping it from occurring any further is one of the hardest journeys you're ever going to go on. According to this commenter, we will continue and repeat it, learning the hard way what it is over and over again until we make the decision to stop the behavior. Why does it take us so long to make this leap? Why is stopping the behavior or stopping the pattern from happening so extremely hard? It's because it's freaking uncomfortable. It's because you have to sit and face the stories you've told yourself your whole life that have kept you continuously repeating the pattern. Story time. When I got out of my bad toxic relationship with a narcissist, I had to realize and take stock that this was my pattern. And it was me that was continuously choosing to be with people like this. And when I started to realize the pattern, I looked around at my life and realized that almost every single one of my relationships, family members, friendships, love relationships, men I dated once we broke up, fell in line with this pattern. And the prospect of not having those people in my life anymore and being almost completely, utterly alone was way too much to bear. I mean, we're tribal creatures. We need a tribe. So when you as a human are faced with having to make better choices for yourself and having to X out people in your life that follow along this pattern and be alone, that is a very daunting prospect. I can't think of something that is more fearful as a human than that. Also, you've created attachments to these people. Oftentimes, you're very codependent on these type of relationships because they are what you have used to survive. Not only that, oftentimes toxicity feels so comfortable to us because it's all that we've ever known. And if I took stock of the patterns in my life and the narcissistic user type of people that I allowed in my life, I could trace it back to my origin story. I could trace it back to the very first caretakers that I relied on as a innocent, defenseless, powerless child to be safe and to have my needs met. So it had become very familiar to me to have these types of user energy in my life. And I had to realize at that point, I would rather be alone because I can give the love to myself that I've been looking to all these toxic narcissistic users to give to me. I can actually give it to myself. And that took slow and steady practice. It took times of me doing what I wanted to do on a Friday night. And oftentimes that was not going out with the friends that kept blowing up my phone because they had gotten used to partying with me. I had to say, you know what? I don't want to do that anymore. That doesn't make me feel good. I'm going to sit home and watch Dateline and cook a bowl of ramen because that's what I wanted to do. That took a break from what I was used to, but I started doing that. I started going on dates, and the minute I recognized that that man fell in my pattern, I had to block and delete him. I didn't keep him around to feed my ego and to blow up my phone or to give me those little dopamine hits of his texting and his desire for me. I said, no, I don't need that anymore. I'm not looking to that anymore. Block and delete next. I'm looking for a man who has integrity. I'm looking for a man who wants the same things I do, which is authentic, honest love. No more games, no more Darvo. And I had to block and delete those men. And that left me feeling alone. My phone was dead ass boring and dried up for a little while, but I had to sit in that discomfort of not getting those dopamine hits and tend to myself. I started to say, like, what are the things that I like doing? I like reading, I like writing, I like cooking. I'm going to do that with myself because I had cut out the toxic users. And many times these toxic users will take themselves out. Let the trash take itself out and be alone for a little while. And it's in those moments of continuously choosing yourself, of having dignity and integrity when it comes to who you will allow into your life and the behavior that you will allow in your life, the treatment, and saying no to toxic behavior, saying no to people that talk trash on your name behind your back, and being alone and sitting in the discomfort. That is how you bridge the gap between recognizing the pattern and disallowing it in your life any further. And when I tell you, baby, when you make it over that hump of disallowing it any further and you cleanse up your energy around you, You call in the life of your dreams. You call in the love of your dreams and the friends of your dreams and the people who finally show up in congruence with the love and dignity and respect that you are giving yourself. It is the most empowered feeling. It is worth all the pain. It is worth all the unsurety of being alone, all of the discomfort of those Friday nights where you're sitting alone with a bowl of ramen watching Dateline and your phone is not blowing up. You have no hose. It is worth it all, because on the other side, baby, is freedom. On the other side is the promised land.